there'll be donuts, there'll be tar smoke, and anybody that's never seen a Formula One car up close, this is the perfect opportunity to come and see, a Red Bull racing car that's won this year's World Championship, to see, the world champion in Sebastian and Mark as well doing their bit. It will be a great show and it'll be pretty spectacular.
Are you taking up much of MK, or are you just taking a specific part of the town?
Well, it's focused in that central boulevard, so it'll be the length of that central Midsummer Boulevard, which is right in the centre of Milton Keynes. So it's going to be focused in that area. The cars will be running up and down, and it's impressive. I mean, anybody, as I say, that hasn't seen a Grand Prix car in action, this is the perfect opportunity.
Because in a sense, you want to kind of keep your secrets under wraps, but you've had such a great season. I suppose it's nice just to be able to show it off.
It's important for us to celebrate the success that we've had. We looked at doing it last year. There wasn't enough time. The Milton Keynes Council have been fantastic. They've shut off the roads on one of their busiest shopping weekends of the year for Red Bull Racing to parade our cars and our drivers to celebrate the success that we've achieved this year. So it's a massive thank you for them, and it's putting something back into the community that we've had so much support from since we've been based in Milton Keynes.
I mean, let's talk about the season. I mean, do you have to pinch yourself every now and then after all the poles you've had, all the wins under Sebastian?
It's been a phenomenal year. 12 victories, 11 for Sebastian, 1 for Mark a week or so ago in Brazil, 27 podiums, 18 pole positions. It's been a remarkable year, and one that we'll certainly find hard to top, but it was the best possible defence of both titles that we won for the first time in 2010. So 2011 for us has really been a dream season.
And you're going to have plenty of people trying to copy you and try and find out what your winning ingredient is, and this is the place where you're designing next year's car. Are you always trying to get one step ahead, because so much is about trying to compete with everybody else, isn't it, and try and beat them in some small shape or form?
Well, Formula One is such a competitive business, and we can only focus on our own performance. So, at the moment, the factory is flat out designing and building the car for next year that has to be up and running in February. So there's not a lot of time between seasons, and we can only control what we're doing. We'll look to apply all the lessons that we learnt in 2011 into the 2012 car. What we don't know is what Ferrari are doing, what McLaren are doing. Are they going to turn up with a rocket ship? We don't know that. We can only look to learn the lessons from this year and apply them into next year's car.
And in terms of the drivers, I mean, Sebastian's just taken it on another gear this year, hasn't he?
Sebastian has been amazing this year. He's been absolutely faultless. To have broken Nigel Mansell's pole record of 15 poles in 1 year, to have won 11 races, to have finished second 5 times is the most remarkable season. And he was absolutely faultless this year, and a very deserving double world champion.
How do you? I just wonder how Mark deals with it all when he knows he's got probably one of the best drivers of his generation with Red Bull. How do you kind of help Mark along with this? Because obviously he's up against a phenomenon in Sebastian.
Well, that's right, but Mark is a very, very strong competitor. He's a world-class driver. He's very strong mentally, and he takes it as added motivation. He'll be focusing hard over the winter, training hard, and he'll be determined to come back and have a really strong 2012. Lesser drivers would have crumbled under that pressure. Mark, isn't like that. He uses it to motivate himself, and will come out fully fired up, I'm sure, for Melbourne in 2012.
Do you expect the rivalry to intensify next year, with Mark probably wanting to prove a few points?
Well, the main rivals are in the other teams. They're the Lewises and the Jensens and the Fernandos. So, the main opponents are to beat them, and the drivers work collectively together in order to do that. Of course, your teammate is your best gauge. He's got the same equipment. He's the benchmark. And of course, there is that internal rivalry. But we give both guys the same opportunity, the same equipment, and we'll continue to do so in 2012.